Yes, hello guys. I hope you're good and you're doing well. So, yeah, it's me, Daniel, and I decided to record this so that we can try to get a brief understanding of how Crane Cloud does work. So, yeah, the first thing I would like us to start with is like we can first explore and see. Yeah, this is Crane Cloud. It majorly helps in it helps in those who want to deploy the applications, those who want to do online developments, and yeah, it's a cloud platform that supports so many things. Yeah, the software as a service, infrastructure as a service, and the platform as a service. Yes, let's try to navigate through. Actually, when you get to Coin Cloud, you can register. You sign in. We can use any. You can either use the normal sign in, or you can use the GitHub signups. So that's what I used basically, and whenever you've signed up and maybe you're working on a project or something, the first thing you do is to create. Now that's what I did here. And yeah, uh, in a project, obviously you'll have so many things. You'll have an application, and as you can see, this is an application I try to deploy, and yeah, it's working. It's an application, actually, a Flask application. But then here we are having CPU, the memory, like the things that you utilize with time, and depending on some cloud platforms, you'll be charged according to what you use. Yeah, specifically that, and yeah, yeah. So what I basically want us to do is I want us to work with an application to create a project from scratch, and we try to understand how it works. Yes, we can first of all just create our project. So basically, you're going to come here. You can choose this as your data center, Makerere. Then your project name, you can decide to choose. Since I'm dealing with a simple web application, we can do its portfolio. I can call it. Um, I can call it. Maybe I can say. Mm, my but um sorry sorry, yeah, my um, portfolio portfolio, yeah, and then I can maybe choose an organization. Since I am just it's just like I'll just say select university project, and then choose type here. Yeah, I'm a student, and maybe a brief description about the application. It's um, this is basically my let me say machine learning uh, port portfolio. Sorry, port, yeah, this is the spelling, port, yeah, portfolio website. And after that I create, but before that Whenever you're creating a name, you should always, if it's a long name, you should have something to separate, like a hyphen. You shouldn't use an underscore. That will not be allowed. Because if I try it here to use an underscore, I try to create, this will reject me from creating. You're getting that. So it's you have to be very keen when you're using this. It's better to use that when you're able to create. Yeah, I can give it some few minutes, seconds, sorry. Yeah, and basically it's already here. The project is here. So yeah, after creating a project, you will now need to create an app, of which we shall come to that later on, because we haven't yet gotten our app that we want to deploy. So this is what you're given here, project apps. We don't have an app here yet. Yes. So yeah, these are majorly the can do settings here in case maybe you want to edit some things in that project you just created right now. You can do that, and we have here an invite where you can invite other people with other roles. You give them specific roles of what they can do. Can try to do this, and you say, invite an email here, then plus the role, then you send the invitation. But that's not what I want to do now. In case you're in groups, you can do that. Then you can update. Maybe you want to update something on a project, a name or something you're not okay with it, you can do that. You can disable the project, you can delete. All these are minor things that people can try to understand. So after that, basically, yeah, you can then come here and you can create an app from here in that same projects. You remember the project, we called it My Portfolio. And then come here and create an app. As you can see, this is an interface of the app you can create, and then after that, you can deploy it. But we are not yet going to deploy this because basically most applications, I don't think there is any application or any web application you can deploy without containerizing first. That's what I know about most cloud platforms, even this Green Cloud. You always have to containerize it first. That's why you're having this a URI image. Are you getting? Then you have an entry command. It may not be so. It's not compulsory, but you may need it. And then depending on the application you're creating, if you have dealing with Flask application, you need an entry command. But since we're dealing with this just a web page application, we will not need it, but we'll need the port number, we'll need the URI and the name too. Yeah, basically that, and maybe environment variables, depending on what variables you have. Maybe you have maybe the database and some other things. You can put those variables here. Yeah, then we deploy, but we're not yet going to do that. Let's first head to the GitHub and we see the web page we're going to try to work on. I try to do some of these things aside to save time because I didn't want to do them from scratch. So basically what I chose here was this. This is my portfolio web that we are going to work with. It's also hosted by I also hosted it using GitHub pages, but we don't want to do what we want to see it now. This link takes you there to the hosted part of the GitHub, but we don't want to use that. We want to see the Crane Cloud hosted, maybe the hosted the extension. Should I call it extension or link or something? Yeah. But this is for GitHub pages. So, but we are going to have the one of Crane Cloud. basically this is it, but uh, yes, sorry, yeah. So I did what? I cloned the code already, and exactly the way you see, it's there on the desktop. Here it is, analyst. Sorry, it's taking a little bit slow because I'm running Docker. Docker is so heavy. Also depends on what file or things, application projects you're running. So these are basically the files, as you can see. So after getting these files, but you have to make sure before you work with the Docker, you have to make sure you already signed up. You already signed up on Docker, and let me see, where can I get? Yeah, this can also help you. You already signed up in Docker, and you have downloaded also what? Docker for the desktop application. Mm, yeah, let's see. You can sign up for Docker, as you can see. Yeah, you can sign up or create an account. Then after that, after doing that, signing up and all that, you then come and you install Docker desktop. Or depending on which operating system you're going to work with, you can, yeah, you can check for the, maybe those who are dealing with Mac, those with Windows. As you can see, this is for Windows. There's Windows, there's Mac. Yeah, this is Windows. It can download this for those using it. Mac, Intel, there's Mac chip, then there's Linux. Yeah, can do that. Then you can also create an account, but obviously you're going to create it on the official website. Then you download this. After that, you install and you start running it. As you can see, I installed it. It's already here on the desktop. And then I clicked it and it opened. That's how Docker basically looks like. As you can see, the interface. That is without these, because these I just created these images. I containerized them. So we are looking at one example. So now, minimize it. So this is what we are dealing with. I already opened this on Visual Studio. Yeah. So let's see. As you can see, all the files are here, the assets, images. I put in also some videos for my web pages, and these HTML files, the Docker, and yeah, the README itself. So what happened is yeah, before we go in depth into, already we have these files, as you can see. So what I did, I came and created a Docker file. I let me, sorry. This is taking some time because Docker is a bit heavy. Um, yeah. So before that I created a Docker file. So how to create? You press this, then it gives you a file like this. Then you can come and you do. You use. It's good to start with. Sorry, it's good to start with the capital D of it, Docker. Then you say file. Are you getting? After that, you press enter. But already, since I've already created the Docker file, as you can see, this shows that you're creating a Docker file. Are you getting? This exactly shows you're creating a Docker file, as you can see. So you just do this only up to there, then you press enter. After pressing enter, you receive a blank page. Since I'm not dealing with it for now, I won't already created it. So you'll get a blank page like this, as you can see. Now, it depends on which type of application you're working with. Since I'm working with a web application, so after creating this Docker, it comes empty. I now find this from, because I want to define the base image that's going to be used. The base image going to be used is Nginx. Depends. There are so many. There's Nginx, there's Golang, there's Ubuntu, depending on which image you want to use. But specifically, this is for these web pages, and it's not Django. Because if you're dealing with a Django application, we know it's got database and all that. So when you're dealing with that, you're going to do from you write Python, maybe the version 3 point something, depending. Let me try to make us understand that. Let me see if it's this. Sorry about that delay. Sorry. Okay, let me see. Is it this? There are some, yeah, it's this. Yeah, there are some documentations that really help. Now, since I'm dealing with an HTML, as you can see, deployment guide, since I'm dealing with an HTML application here, I'm just going to as you can see, I'm going to use this majorly. If you're not dealing Django application, you're going to use majorly this and the Nginx Alpine. So reason for using this Nginx Alpine is that it helps to it helps so much in copying all the content and uh, and also managing that those files you have. For instance, if a user is clicking an about button, sorry, about page or contact us page or something, it's the one going to now control that this, you can get this and you get this. And then we have this copy command that is going to help us now to copy. As you can see, it's copy with a dot here. Then this extension of Nginx. This extension, you have to copy the way it is because it's for Nginx. So this dot here basically stands for the directory of all the files you have. So all the files you have are going to be copied to this. This dot represents your own folder. For example, my folder here is analyst. So everything here in analyst, all these things you see here, readme, what, image, docker, everything is this dot. It will be copied here. And I don't know whether you people have gotten that. Everything will be copied from this to this. So this is more of a directory, but it goes ahead to dig deeper to get each and everything. Sometimes you may define a directory and you miss out certain things when you're building a Docker image, of which everything is important. Are you getting? So after that, you put this extension for Nginx so it can control the pages. Then you're able now to work with the expose port. This is a port that is going to enable us to access the page or the website outside, and yeah, it's going to expose it outside that it's easily accessed. So majorly that is that, but still on the documentation, as I said, this is for deploying HTML app. There is React, Node, there's Flask. Let's look at Flask. we compare then. So when you come to Flask, it has got more. So as I say, all these commands depend on what you're doing. Because in the web app, you really don't need certain commands. For example, you don't need a CMD. You don't need this. You don't need this because you don't have requirements. You're going to install it more of a web pages, and there is nothing like things like a database or like requirements you need. So you're just dealing with a simple website, a simple one. And you don't need this command of the appy because you're not dealing with a Python file there. But if you have one, maybe you can do that. But Flask applications majorly deal with the appy, and also Django apps deal with appy. That's why I said here when you're defining or building the image, we need the Python itself, Python and in the version. On the other side, we used Nginx Alpine, if you recall, and we're able to put it in the directory where we are copying our content. But here instead, now we are having a working directory itself. For the Flask, it will be the app. Then itself, that same app, the app.py file, is going to be having so many code files in it. So you'll be able, as you can see, you can see the example is here. The app.py file, see here. And then you have the requirements txt also that is going to be run. It's going to be run, sorry. As you can see, when you do pip install, it's going to run this. Then the copy is going to also copy everything, all the code, source code in that app. It's going to copy it here. And then we have exposing the port so that it's easily displayed. Also, it can be displayed on Docker itself, on the image, on the port. Then you have the CMD where we have Python app.py. So here, this is a very good approach because when you're always running the app.py on the terminal, depending on what you're running, when you run the app.py on a Flask app, it's going to, when it's running, actually, it's going to always display certain requirements that are missing. Maybe, for instance, you're dealing with a model and TensorFlow is missing. You imported them, but the libraries are missing on your Visual Studio or on the environment. It will ask for them, then you'll be able to install them. So you'll be able to do pip install TensorFlow, and yeah, depending on the version. So yeah, as you can see, this is run command. Still, this is for Flask app, as you can see. But these are similar steps that you still work with. This is now you're running this here actually here you're building, then here you're running the application with the port number so that you're able to see or view what it is by copying this URL on a web browser or something. Then after confirming it's okay, you're able to push it now to the registry, that is Docker Hub. So the registry Docker Hub is where it's very crucial. So let's get back to, yeah, this shows that you've already pushed everything. Then after that, you can come into now deploy the app on Pain Cloud after seeing it on the Docker Hub. So basically, let's first go and check. We're still on this. So basically, what I did here was I had already built, as you can see. Sorry. Yeah, it's taking a bit long, but it's okay. I had already built this, as you can see from here. This is the command that helps you to build Docker build. Then you can put the terminal, and then you're able to put depending on how you signed up on Docker. It's very crucial because this is how I signed up. I used my GitHub. That's why it gave me this. So that means I would always use this and I slash it with the name of a project I've worked with. So since I'm dealing with a portfolio, this is the name I put, as you can see. So I can work with another app and I will call it something else. I worked with a machine learning model. I called it land use. We'll see it still. It's there on Green Cloud. So here we're building. Now you have 7 out of 7. These are like the files you're trying to do what to build. So if you had like 10 files and you're seeing like 6 have been built, and it will always show you that there's an error somewhere. That's one beauty about Docker. It will show you there's an error somewhere, so it will not accept until you correct everything. Either it's with the directory, uh, you didn't define it properly. So this is basically building, as you can see. Depending on the number of files you have, if you have many, it will take time, a lot of time to build. So after building, obviously, what next is we are going to run the pod, as you can see. We are going to run the pod. It's still here. Yes, sir. So I'll go to Docker. I write Docker run, the port number, it's 880 with this one we exposed. That is also 80. That's my name and the app itself. So you have to be very, very careful when you're doing that. Um, so we shall pass. Sorry. Yeah. I don't know why it is slowing. Okay. Docker. Then we are going to run the port 880 with our 80. And then we shall have exactly, you should have your own name that you're using, this plus the name of the app. So we recall properly, the name I was using here is, let me show you briefly. It's this Magino 16 portfolio web. So it's Magino 16 then slash portfolio. Then portfolio web. Yes, yeah. And the other thing I'd forgotten actually to inform you people. Whenever you're building, this is very, very important. Whenever you're building a Docker, uh, whenever you're building a Docker file, always aim to have a full stop space and a full stop. As you can see, it's a Docker what default. So you should have that with this full stop. It's very, very important. But other places you may not put it there, but it's very important there, because even if you check here on this guide, you will still find they have it here. Are you getting? But if they're defining, if they're running the port number, it's not there. You see, so it's very crucial. Should be very, very keen when you're working with this. So what happens is yes, we have this already. Okay, it's yeah, it's running. Though let's wait and confirm. Yes, yes, this is our web page. as you can see. Yes, yeah. So it finally loaded it. You can also check on other pages and see. So the Ingnix is the one trying to work on the changing of the pages, but this is it's a bit slow because yeah, it's now it has sorry, it's now it has tried to be a little bit fast. Yes, this is it. Yeah, so this is on the local co-host. So that means we successfully built the app, and we have successfully run the web application itself. So then the next thing we are going to sorry, the next thing we are going to embark on is yes, is pushing it to the Docker registry. Sorry about it being slow, but there's nothing we can do about it for now. Okay. Um, yes, okay. We were looking at the deployment guides for the HTML itself. So we already done with building. So even running it, you've seen this is what we got. Uh, so now we have to do because now we want to push it to the registry. So we have to do a Docker login to confirm it's actually logging in, or whether you as the user you are logging in. Then after that you're able to push. Let's start with the Docker login first. As you can see, it's just a simple command. Okay. I'll try to stop this first. This. Okay. So after this, we're going to do the Docker login. Yeah, this should take us to the should actually log us in. That is, as I said earlier on, you should be already signed up, maybe with your GitHub or normal signing up or something. And you should have the desktop application also. You sign up for it so that these two can sync together. So I've been logged in successfully. So after that, I'm going to work on the this is called we're going to push the image to the Docker hub. Yeah, because let me see. Let us try to see whether we can get this as our local host. Let me try to see whether we can check on the Docker hub to confirm. Docker hub, yes, yes. So the Docker Hub majorly is a registry where you're going to put the projects you've tried to work on. That's majorly where they will go. Even on Docker itself, your project will reflect there. Okay, our Docker Hub already is open. So this is our Docker Hub. We're able to check for majority of the projects. just like the way you see GitHub. So here, sorry, we already had an account, so we're supposed to just sign in. Yes, supposed to just sign in. Yes, we already signed in. So the only, if you remember the project we saw on our Crane Cloud, the one of land use, that was a land use classification machine learning project. So this is the only one we have here in our Docker Hub registry. So once you have it here, it will be very easy for you to now deploy it on Crane Cloud. But if it's not here, it's very hard. So you can also check here, as you can see, before we had 2 images, now we have 3. So this is our third image, the portfolio, as you can see. As you can see here, we have it here with the port number. And yeah, it was sent in here 24 minutes ago, everything about it. This is so these are our containers, as you can see. And then we have the names and each here, we have each image here, as you can see. So yeah, basically this is it, because yeah, this is the image. So you can run it here, and maybe you can tap here and you see the way we have done the localhost thing. You can run here and you'll be active and you tap it. But because of saving time, let's try to see how we can push it in the registry. Yes, we shall use a Docker push, then my name, or it could be your name, depending on what you use to sign up. Uh, Docker push. Then you can put, depending on the name you have, the project we called it, portfolio, portfolio web. And then here we have to be very keen, because here we have to give it also tags. A tag is like, let's say, version, as you can see here. They have a tag, they have given it latest, but depends on what you have. I gave my first application, the land use, I gave it a tag of 0.01. Tag me, basically, I identify it like a version. Maybe this is my app, so this is the version. I don't know whether you're getting me. So you give it here, you can define it as latest, but I will give it 0, 0.0.2. This is what I will give it. Getting? So basically, you have to make sure everything is in line. So you have to make sure your name is accurate, otherwise it may fail. The way you see, let's see here. Okay, yeah. But now here we added in a tag because it's required. It's required. So since we are taking it to the hub, so let's see what happens. This might take quite some little time. Sorry, quite some time. Because it has to push, just like the way we do a git push something on to the repository of GitHub. So here they say the tag does not exist. Okay. Let me see if I could give it. Let's see. Latest. Okay. let's see what it mm, let's see what happens. What happens? Yes, so this is successful. I don't know why it rejected the 0.02. I really don't know why. Is it because I didn't use it at the beginning? Anyway, it depends also because I used this in my land use classification application. That's the Flask app. I used it as the I used the version throughout. Uh, although here I didn't use it throughout, but it depends on what you're doing. Uh, here it refused to recognize it. I don't know why, but I had to use the word latest, and it recognized it. Yes, yeah, but that's not a big deal. So it's trying to push, as you can see, the size. This is 16.54 MB. It's trying to push that to the registry hub. It depends on how many files you have, as I said earlier on, because for the case of the model that I was pushing to that registry, it took me quite some long time because really, TensorFlow, it's something heavy and the model is heavy. So I had to do uh, something of 2 GB approximately, 2 GB. And it was moving a bit slow. So yeah, it depends on what you're sending, on how heavy your application, the web is. So yeah, basically that it's loading, let's wait and see until it's full, then we can confirm and see whether it's in the registry. Yes, yeah, basically if you're done with this, you're done with most of the things now. It's just left with now deploying. Basically, this is majorly what you can do. Yeah, this is, let's wait and see. It's complete. So it's supposed to show a certain message there, similar to this. Let me show, yeah, something like this. So yeah, we can wait a little bit for it. Yeah, we can see we have a response of pushed. Yes, this is wonderful. So finally, we have this app on our registry. We can go and check on our Docker Hub. We can refresh this. And we see finally it's here. This is, yeah, this is perfect. So you can click on it. Yes. So you'll be able to see some things here. Is pushed, has been pushed, pulled. There's the type, it's an image. Then the OS, we have operating system is Linux. Then we have this as our tag, as I said. So the tag, it depends because the one I used this is for the model I created. As you can see, its tag was in a version. That's why I was asking why it was rejecting, you know. Yeah, but basically the joy about it is that it's already taken it to the hub. So yeah, basically this is it. We are now just going to get we're going to get this. We shall need it. um, okay, so let's go now to our Crane Cloud because we needed the URI. Oh, sorry, this is so we remember in the beginning we created our project. If you recall, we can go back to the dashboard and see. Sorry, let's go back completely. So remember the projects we created. This was the one I created before, but this is the one we created for this particular web. So each project has got an app. As you know, we people have done Django before. There is a project directory and then there is an app. So you have your project, and again, you should have also an app inside, as you can see. So we have not yet uploaded our app, and that's what we are going to work on now. So we shall go to app. As you can see, we have app, databases, and services offered. This is our dashboard, CPU we have used, the memory we have used, and the network, as you can see. So it depends. Then you have the project settings. Yeah. So we go to the app, we create. Okay. So you have to have also name itself. As you can see, let me show you briefly in the, I hope it's this one. I hope it's this one. No, not this. Okay, I hope it's this one. Yes. Now, you see, when you're always giving a name, you should always have, as I said earlier on, you should have these hyphens. You getting, yeah. Then you have your app name, the URI, sorry. That's why I said it's very important. Then our port, yes. So that the port we are going to expose for easy accessibility. The entry command, I said this works when you with Django application or Flask, so you can ignore this. Not very important. The environment variables. This is also this can also work with the Django and also Flask and also other projects. The environment variables, like let me say you're dealing with a database, you need to record it somewhere here. Yeah, the environment variables and other variables you're using depending. You can check it out here and see briefly, very fast, because time is not on our side. Then you can see, yeah, as you can see here, they didn't put them here, but depends. If you have them, you can put them. Since this is a Flask app, they have their command python app.py, then all this, yeah. So we get back to so we know what to put now here. So we can have sorry. You can have my uh, portfolio web. Then you can replicate it maybe once. You can just put that. Remember, we had already copied our image, this that we wanted to put here. Then we can have the entry command will not have it. We will have our port 80, if you recall. So after that, we can just deploy now and we see. Yeah, here you can also paste the environment variables if you have. Let's try to deploy and see. So yes, it's already here. So our app is already here. Let's now check it out. Yes, so this is our app. We have already deployed successfully. So let's run it and we see what happens. You can either click or you can copy, one of the two. So when I click this, it should be able to, yeah, just generated our link. And there we go. How much it is slow. Yeah, it's loading our website. So this is the website we have. And yeah, basically this is deployment with Crane Cloud. So our app is now running on Crane Cloud. Yes, then yeah, just basically this is what it is. So you can go back and check this date of deployment and all other things, the CPU we have used, network, memory, all that. The more you use, you may pose charges on yourself. Obviously, if you're using a lot, you'll have to pay for some. Then this is also important. Our logs are very important. These are showing what has the logs, like whatever you do on the app is reflected here. Whatever you click, whatever you do, it's already reflected. Are you getting? So